love. We unlock the potential in others. We never settle for, it's not possible. We push boundaries. We are change agents. We grow every day. We transform ideas into reality. We make the world a better place. It does not matter if it is cold, hot, dark. We create the future and bring hope to millions. We are not giving up. We make the impossible possible. We push through fears and weaknesses. We are the mass movement of people. We are the multipliers.
Okay, yeah.
Opportunities are everywhere. There are no more boundaries. All that you need is around you. Imagine the grand possibilities. We dare to be different, determined, passionate. We are thinking big, unique souls, unstoppable. We are intense, brave, spiritual, courageous. We make our dreams a reality. We empower multipliers. We build brave communities. Love shines through everything we do. We unlock the potential in others. We never settle for, it's not possible. We push boundaries. We are change agents. We grow every day. We transform ideas into reality. We make the world a better place. It does not matter if it is cold, hot, dark. We create the future and bring hope to millions. We are not giving up. We make the impossible possible. We push through fears and weaknesses. We are the mass movement of people. We are the multipliers. Opportunities are everywhere. There are no more boundaries. All that you need is around you. Imagine the grand possibilities. We dare to be different, determined, passionate. We are thinking big, unique souls, unstoppable. We are intense, brave, spiritual, courageous. We make our dreams a reality. We empower multipliers. We build brave communities. Love shines through everything we do. We unlock the potential in others. We never settle for, it's not possible. We push boundaries. We are change agents. We grow every day. We transform ideas into reality. We make the world a better place. It does not matter if it is cold, hot, dark. We create the future and bring hope to millions. We are not giving up. We make the impossible possible. We push through fears and weaknesses. We are the mass movement of people. We are the multipliers.
Hello, hello. I am so glad that we can share this time together. My name is Cristian Voideș, and I am so excited to have this live webinar with people of Philippines. My name is Cristian Voideș, and I would like to share, first of all, a few things about myself. Our company has a motto, and that motto is thrive beyond limits. And I would like for us to have this time together, and I would like to help you make some concrete steps toward thriving beyond limits. My name is Cristian Voideș, and I'm passionate about helping people become financially free. And I'd like to share just a few things about myself. I've been featured in Forbes magazine Monaco with an article about democratizing wealth. I do believe wealth is too much concentrated at the top. And it is time for us to help a lot more individuals to benefit from the wealth creation. Not only the top 1%, the banks, the investment bankers. And I do believe that we can do that. And today I'm going to share with you a few really important things that will help you also benefit from the wealth creation. I have raised $6.5 million and developed a platform for decentralized investing. And this year we will launch this platform. And yes, our goal with the platform is to help millions of people benefit from the wealth creation and do it in a very secure and decentralized way where people are 100% in control of their own accounts. I am also a senior advisor for the Diplomatic World. The Diplomatic World, it's a really good organization from Brussels. They are involved in diplomacy in many, many countries around the world. And I'm very honored to be part of their advisor. I'm a senior advisor in blockchain and innovation. They published every quarter a very prestigious magazine, and I was very honored to be featured also with an article in their last magazine about waste to wealth. It is amazing that we now have the technologies where we can 100% eliminate the landfill, the trash that the cities produce. And it is possible nowadays with these new technologies to eliminate landfill, produce electricity, produce hydrogen, and eliminate a big, big problem. I spoke in the article also about the circular economy and about regenerative finance and how we can combine blockchain with this new technology. I am glad also to share with the people of Philippines that I recently visited Philippines. It was for the first time I was invited to participate at World Peace and Economic Summit. And it was a really, really good experience that I had there. Spoke also in a few minutes also about the financial freedom. And I enjoyed very much in Philippines your national dances. And amazing food, really amazing food that you have. And I'm looking forward to visit Philippines again. Excuse us for a little. Okay, yeah, sorry for this. So, as I said, I enjoyed very much my visit. Now, today's webinar is about increasing your wealth and becoming financially free. We have developed this webinar, and we started just 2 days ago to invite people from Philippines. So this is the first webinar, and we will do a lot more in the future. Our vision for the Multipliers Club is to empower people to thrive exponentially. And we will speak today quite a bit about exponential growth. It's something that we don't naturally think about, and you will see a little bit later why. Our mission is to empower multipliers with strategies, tools, community, and culture to grow their true wealth. True wealth, it's not only about money, it's a lot more, and we will see this. And as I shared, our goal is to help you thrive beyond limits. Now, as a brand archetype, we are a sage. And as a sage, you see other companies here that are in the same category of brand archetypes. And the sage, and we are thinkers, reflective, experts, advisors, confident, credible, in control, clever, and knowledgeable. The motto is the truth will set you free. And yes, when we really know the truth, and not only know the truth, but live the truth will set us free. And I'm looking forward to set free a lot of people. Now, my challenge is to make 2024 the best year of our life. And I'd like to share some very practical ways I believe that you can make 2024 the best year of our life. Right? 2023 for a lot of people was difficult. For me also, it was quite difficult. And it was challenging, but I'm looking forward to really make 2024 the best of my life. Now, a required disclaimer, all this material is for educational purposes. I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. I do not make any guarantees or other promises that these results may be obtained from using my content. And you can read this disclaimer. It is a legal disclaimer that we need to share. Now, I'd like to share with you how I believe you can get the most of this webinar. The problem with webinars and with content is that we consume a lot and we apply very little. So I have some very, very important suggestions about getting the most of this. I really appreciate that you give us the time. I'm sorry. We had another technical issue.
Screen sharing. Intrăm în prezentare, nu? Ok, să dau. Full screen.
Ce se întâmplă? Ok.
Să-ți pui unul să-ți dau.
Yeah. Okay. So in order to make the most out of this webinar, I believe that we need to go beyond knowledge to eureka. So eureka, it's an interesting word. It is a cry of joy or satisfaction when one finds or discovers something. So I'd like to challenge you to find those moments in this presentation, something that it will be unique for you, something that you will resonate with. Another word is epiphany. So I challenge you to go today beyond knowledge to epiphanies. And epiphanies, it's a moment of clarity that triggered by encountering a person, an object, an idea, or a situation. So look for those moments today that are epiphanies for you. And also, another way to put it is to go beyond knowledge to revelation, knowledge, and wisdom. And if we want to read the smartest person that ever lived, Solomon, in Proverbs 19:2, he says that the best way to live is with revelation and knowledge, for without it, you will grow impatient and run into an error. Those aha moments are invitation for more. And I know because when I heard first this idea, I sat down for a few hours and I looked in my life and I journaled about 20 moments for where I had big aha moments in my life. And these big aha moments really took me to another level, because I do believe these big aha moments in our lives are an invitation for more, and they show us the path that we should go into. And for me, one of those aha moments, for example, it was the Enneagram profile. And I looked at this profile and gave me an amazing insight, especially because, yes, we do have each one a certain profile, but there are levels of development. And this Enneagram profile, it was speaking about the levels of development from 1 to 9, very low level where your life it's a disaster, or 9 where you are really, really good in the same profile. And I made quite a few practical applications from there. But as I said, today is about financial freedom. So I'd like for us to explore a little bit the levels of financial freedom. The first level is the dependence level. This is when you have expenses that are higher than your monthly income. And it is a very difficult thing. And I hope that nobody who is watching today, it is at the dependence level. But even if you are there, today I'm going to share some solutions that will help you get out of there very, very soon. The second level is where it's survival. Your expenses are a bit lower. So at the end of the month, you still have some money, but not a lot left. The third level that we need to reach is where you have an emergency fund. So if you are not there, I really encourage you to think about saving and having an emergency fund, because if something happens with your job or with your business, you have some funds to be able to make it through the next season. The next level in climbing this ladder to financial freedom is when you are debt-free. And in our club, we will speak a lot more about how it is the best way to become debt-free. Next level is comfort, where investments cover your current expenses. So please notice here that I didn't say that the money that you make, your salary or your profit. I said the investments. And this is where we are starting to speak about financial freedom. And we will speak a little bit more about this later. The next level, it is freedom, where your investments cover your expenses for the rest of your life. So you have a lot of funds, and not only that you have money, but you have money invested wisely, and those investments give you the comfort to cover all your expenses for life. And the last level is where you experience abundance and you are building a legacy. As I said, we want to help everybody to thrive beyond limits. Now, maybe you are saying, I don't have enough money, or I went through a difficult and stressful season. I don't have enough time. I'm afraid to fail or lose money. I feel I don't have any special talents or skills. So yes, all these are real limitations, but we at Multipliers Club, we really are committed to help you thrive beyond limits. I'd like to share with you an interesting story, Acres of Diamonds, and it's a little book. I encourage you to read it. And it is based on a true story. And this story tells how an individual found out about diamonds and about the possibility to mine diamonds and the possibility to look for lands where there are diamonds and to become really, really rich. So he thought that this is something that he's interested in. So he sold his farm and started a journey, a long journey, traveling, looking for the spots where he might find diamonds. And little by little, he spent his entire fortune. And unfortunately, he did not find diamonds, and he became really, really poor, and he died poor. But what is interesting that the person who bought the farm from him did some exploration on that farm and found diamonds on that land. And actually, it was one of the largest deposits of diamonds in the world. So what is the takeaway from this story? Your diamonds are not in far distant mountains or in yonder seas. They are in your own backyard if you but dig for them. So the point of the story is that there are diamonds hidden sometimes in each one of us. And I know this firsthand. I remember when I was about 18. My prayer to God, my sincere prayer to God, was for him to show me what my gifts are. I couldn't see that I have any gifts or talents. And I do believe I have gifts and talents now. So it was a process to discover them. But yes, sometimes we don't see them. They are hidden. We need to dig for them. And that's what we are committed to help you do. Another great book that I recommend is The Richest Man in Babylon. And this book, it is really, really good, has tens of thousands of reviews on Amazon. And I think you can find it even for free on the internet. And I highly, highly recommend to read it because it is a great parable and it has some amazing principles. Now, I said a little bit earlier that I want us to speak about exponential organizations. And I do believe that we have a chance to grow exponentially as a multiplier club, and we want to help our members grow exponentially. And I really love Peter Diamandis. He's one of my heroes. And in one of his last books, he speaks about the 6 Ds of exponential organizations. And I started to study a lot the exponentials and to understand if we can develop a business that will grow exponentially. Now, if I would ask you, if I'd give you an option to give you $1 million today, or 1 cent that doubles for the next 30 days, what would you choose? And it'll be great if you can comment below in our chat. What would you choose? Would you choose the million today or the 1 cent that doubles for the next 30 days? Interesting problem to have, right? Well, let's see what happens. So the cent that doubles, the first day we have 2 cents, then 4 cents, and everything doubles. By the 10th day, we have about $10. Now, on the 20th day, we have a little bit over $10,000. But how much do you think we will have on the 30th day? Well, it's interesting, right? Doubling every day. We get to $10.7 million. Amazing, amazing what exponentials do. So the question is, can we have a business that does this? What does it take to have a business that does this? Now, in the same vein, if we would fold a piece of paper that is really, really big, a paper that is really only 0.001 centimeters thick, so maybe like a Bible page, how many times could we fold it, and how thick will that be? Well, if we fold it 10 times, it will be 1 centimeter. If we could hold it 17 times, it will be 131 centimeters. If we could fold it 29 times, it will be more than Burj Khalifa, 1,342 meters. If we could fold it 48 times, it will be more than the distance to the moon. And if we could fold it 56 times, it would be more than the distance between Earth and Sun. Amazing, isn't it? If we are looking at 30 linear steps versus 30 exponential steps, well, we all can imagine quite easily how much is 30 linear steps. But 30 exponential steps, how far do you think it would be? Well, it would be over 1 billion meters, or 26 times around the Earth. Amazing. One more story about the inventor of the chess game. This inventor, the story says, that went to the king, and the king wanted to reward him for this amazing invention. And the king asked him what he would like to receive. And he said, well, maybe 1 grain of rice for the first square, 2 for the second one, 4, 8, 16, and so forth. So the same idea of doubling. So if we look after 8 square, or for the 8th square, he will have 128 pieces of rice. For the 16th, he will have 32,000. For the 24th, he will have 8 million. For the 32, he will have 2.1 billion. For the 40th, he will have 549 billions. For the 48th, he will have 140 trillions grains of rice. For the 56, he will have 36 quadrillions. And for the 64th, he will have 9.2 quintillions. I have to be honest, I didn't know that word. So I had to look it up on the internet to find it, with so many numbers. Now the total is 18.4 quintillions. And if we divide that by 0.029 per gram per grain of rice, and if we transform it in tons, it will be 534 billion tons. So the production of the world today for about 2,000 years. So it's obvious that the king was not able to pay it and remain in debt. Now, you may ask, well, it's all this interesting math, but what does it have to do with our real life? Well, if we look at how the population grows, we can see that until about 200 years ago, we were under 1 billion. And in the last 200 years, we grew from 1 billion to over 8 that we are today. Now, I do understand the experts are saying that we will probably go only to 10, 11 billion. And then because of the birth rates, the population will actually go down. So you cannot go exponential forever. But it is an example of exponential growth. Now, we all know about COVID, how fairly quickly over 700 million people got sick. But more interestingly, in the last about 50 years, this was true for the computational power. So in our PCs and Macs and phones now, we have processors that have transistors. Now, the number of transistors doubled about every 2 years. So now we have billions and billions of transistors in every one of our phones. The same is true this time with a decline in the price of the solar modules. So it declined with about 20.2%, each doubling of the installed capacity. Now, it's interesting that even the Bible speaks about growth and sort of exponential growth. Still, other seeds fell on the fertile soil, and they produced a crop that was 30, 60, and even 100 times as much as has been planted. And yes, if we look at the corn cob, we know that it produces on average about 800 kernels, of course, depending on the type. But more interestingly, if we think that we plant an apple seed, right, and we grow a tree, now this tree can live 50 years or more, and on average, it would produce about 25,000 apples. Can you imagine what growth from one seed to 25,000 apples? So yes, we can grow exponentially. But one interesting thing is that initially the phase is deceptive. So if we are thinking that we start with 0.01 and we have 7 doublings, well, from 0.01 into these 7 doublings, we get a little bit over 1. And so not much is happening. And so maybe you are in your business, or maybe you start working out and there is not much progress. But in the next 7 doublings, we go from 1 to over 100. So we see this exponential growth. So when we will look at the businesses, when we need to realize that there is a deceptive phase into our exponential growth. One other interesting example, and I've learned this actually from Peter Diamandis in his book. The first photograph was taken in 1822. In the next 100 years, about over 1 billion photos were taken. Stephen Sisson, who worked for Kodak, invented the digital camera, but Kodak's board did not approve the development of the digital camera within their company. Now, in 2012, Kodak, with more than 60,000 people, filed for bankruptcy. And what happened with the digital photography? Well, Instagram, only with 13 people, was bought by Facebook for $1 billion. And today, over 1.3 billion images are shared on Instagram daily. Now, we do realize that the exponential growth at one point is leveling off, but I want to take the opportunity to grow, and I believe we will be able to grow exponentially as a Multiplier Club, and I hope that you will be involved in that too. Now, I'd like to share with you the domino effect, and you can find this on YouTube also, and please watch this for about a minute.
Everybody knows about playing with dominoes, but what you may not know is that a domino can knock over another domino which is about 1.5 times larger. So what I have here is a chain of dominoes. Each one is 1.5 times larger than the previous one. And the smallest domino is about 5 millimeters high and 1 millimeter thick. And I will carefully place it. And there are 13 dominoes, and the largest domino, it weighs about 100 pounds and is more than 1 meter tall. Ready? Boom. That was 13 dominoes. If I had 29 dominoes, the last domino would be as tall as the Empire State Building.
So it's interesting, the first domino was only 5 millimeter high and 1 millimeter thick. The last domino had more than 45 kilo and more than 1 meter high. Interesting fact is that the amplification in the 13 dominoes was more than 2 billion times, tells us Stephen Morris, who has a PhD in physics. Now, the question is, how can we apply the domino effect in our lives? I remember the first time when I saw this video, I was shocked. I said, wow, I need to do something about it. I need to do something. I need to find that domino effect in my life. I really need to find those actions that don't take a lot of effort, but that in ripple effect will produce bigger and bigger and bigger results. And I believe I found a strategy, and I'm sharing it with you today. So if we grow only, let's say, 1% daily, well, 1%, it's not a lot, right? And I remember when I read about this 1% growth, I tried to apply it, and I thought, where should I apply it? And I have to be honest with you, I'm not very good in fitness, in exercising, and I thought, well, I'll start doing some push-ups. Now, I am a bit embarrassed to admit that the first time when I started to do push-ups, I did probably 10 push-ups. I know, it's terrible. But I thought, well, let me try to grow it every day. Well, maybe 1 push-up a day. I was surprised that in time I grew where I was doing over 100 push-ups. So incremental growth, it is amazing. If we would grow just 1% a day, in 1 year, we will be 37 times better. That is amazing, right? Now, another way to look at this is with the snowball effect. And if we are thinking this is really working in real life, you take a snowball, and if you have the right conditions, the right weather, and the right hill, you make that small, really small snowball in the beginning be a lot bigger. And I remember having a lot of fun with my girls building snowmen in the winter, and this is what we were actually doing, starting maybe with just a piece of snow that was like my fist, and we grew it really, really fast. So what is the X factor? It's the first, the X factor is the first element in our snowball effect. And what is the X factor? It's not the show that is popular on the television in some places, but the X factor in our world, it's a quality, an attribute, or a variable that sets someone or something apart that could have a significant impact on the outcome. So we are dedicated to help people find their X factor. And maybe you are saying, well, I don't have any special gifts, talents, I don't have any special idea, so I don't have an X factor. Well, that is not true. There is diamonds, there are diamonds buried in you somewhere, and we need to dig them out. I remember when I was 18, I shared with you, I thought I don't have any gifts. God, tell me, what are my gifts and talents? Second element in our snowball effect is X growth. So we want to understand how we can grow strategically. What are the areas in our life that can grow strategically? The third element in Multipliers Club is X community. It is important for us to grow personally, but it is important to have a group of people, key people in our lives that help us grow and who we help to grow. And then all this will result in a big impact in our life, in our family, and in our world. I really like this quote by Albert Einstein that says, compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. Now, it is really important to understand exponentials. I've spent quite a bit of time looking at exponentials, and it is important to realize, yes, they exist. Yes, there are businesses that do it. Yes, in nature, we see plants, fruit, that they do have this exponential effect. But let's see how we can have it in our own lives. So yes, it is possible to have a business that grows exponentially. Are you interested to benefit from this huge opportunity? Now, we do see that now it's almost artificial intelligence era. Yes, we see on the internet and we see on the news a lot of being spoken about the artificial intelligence. And experts are saying that, yes, it will change all the areas of economy. And we see it especially in marketing. I looked a little bit closer in marketing, and yes, we see a lot of AI in marketing. Now, I have to be honest, I tried a few things and some don't work. Some are not good. So it will be a while, or you have to do a lot of research and sometimes to spend some money to try different things. And yes, for example, these are images that I created. Now, if you would ask an artist to create these 4 images, you would describe them to him, or there are actually 5 images here. So if you would describe them to an artist in detail and say, this is what I want you to create, it will take days, maybe weeks for an artist to create them. And it took me about 10 minutes. So there is an exponential result here, right? Not weeks, not many days, but minutes. So we need to know how we can use the artificial intelligence for us to grow, for our businesses to grow. We see this in influencer marketing. We see a digital avatar with over 25 million followers. And we see also text to video. And I would like to share with you something that is very, very interesting. So look at this avatar.
Ito ay Multipliers Club Manifesto. Ang mga pagkakataon ay nasa lahat ng dako, wala ng mga hangganan. Ang kailangan mo ay nasa paligid mo, isipin ang mga malalaking posibilidad. Tinutukoy namin ang aming X Factor. Tayo ay maglakas loob na maging iba, determinado, madamdamin, tayo ay nag-iisip na malaking, tayo ay kakaibang mga kaluluwa, ay hindi mapigilan, tayo ay matindi, matapang, espiritual, matapang. Ginagawa natin ang ating mga pangarap sa katotohanan.
So, what do you think? I can promise you I did not learn Filipino. I did this this morning in about 30 minutes or so. I don't know how correct was my Filipino. It will be really helpful if you can make some comments, if you would let me know if I spoke it correctly. But it really is amazing what can happen. I just uploaded myself onto a platform, and then I send a text. And now I can send it to 20, 30, 50, maybe 100 languages, and I can speak a lot of languages. Well, if some of you know Japanese, please watch me speaking Japanese.
これはマルチプライヤーズクラブ宣言です。チャンスはどこにでもあり、もう警戒線はありません。必要なものはすべてあなたの周りにあります。壮大な可能性を想像してください。私たちは X ファクターを特定します。私たちは人と違うことを変えてし、絶意を持ち、情熱を持ち、大きなことを考え、ユニークな魂を持ち、誰にも止められず、寂しく、勇敢で、精神的で、勇気があり、夢を現実にします。
I do believe that AI, it's a good tool that we can use, and it will help us to grow and to thrive beyond limits. Language is a limit. Yes, you go in a foreign country and you need a translator to be able to translate if you want to do marketing. It used to be that you had to pay a lot of money from that nation. Now it is interesting that I can, as I said, upload only once my video of 2 minutes, and then I can feed it just text, my text in English. And I can have myself speaking probably over 100 languages in just minutes and be everywhere so I can grow exponentially. I am working on a masterclass that will present AI tools for marketing and business growth. And it will not just be a list of bunch of AI tools. I have lots of these lists, and many of them are useless. It will be tools that we tested, and we will show the results that we got from using these tools. The masterclass, probably it will sell for about $1,000. But for those who will become members today in our Multipliers Club, they will have access for free. So next, I'd like to speak a little bit about the cash flow quadrant. And maybe you've seen this. I think it got really popular by Robert Kiyosaki. And we have 4 different quadrants. In the first quadrant, it's an employee who has a job, and this employee works for money. In the second quadrant, we have the self-employed, and the self-employed owns a job. You have a job as an employee, and you can be fired maybe, but hopefully not. But as a self-employed, you basically own it. It's your own idea, and it's your own service or product, and so you own a job. It's very difficult to become financially independent as an employee or a self-employed. I'm not saying it's not happening, but it's quite rare. But the business owner owns a system, and especially if it is scalable, then it will help you to become financially independent a lot sooner. But the ideal is when you have the money working for you. You don't work anymore for money. Money are working for you. And I remember when I first read this, I thought, well, this is an interesting idea. I like it, but I don't have that much money. It takes a lot of money so that all those money produce money to cover my expenses. What can I do? Will I ever be able to do that? Well, I have some really, really good news, and you will see a little bit later today. As I mentioned a bit earlier, it is important to think about true wealth. And I'd like to ask you to take a piece of paper, draw this circle, and put these 8 areas of your life. And try to think where you are now, where you want to be at the end of 2024, what it will take to get to 10, and what is the next action. Now, looking at health and fitness, where are you right now? And I remember, if I want to share with you a little story, a few years ago, a friend of mine shared with me a book about intermittent fasting. By that, I never heard even that term, intermittent fasting. Now I know that it's everywhere on internet, and it got really, really popular. And the idea there was that you should not snack between meals. You start with that first. And it was very unusual advice, because I liked to snack between meals, right? I like sweets, and little here, little there, and I grew to over 105 kilos at one point. And then the advice was maybe reduce from 3 meals to 2 meals. So maybe you fast for 16 hours and eat for 8 hours. And then maybe you reduce from 2 meals to 1 meal. So you eat for 2 hours and fast for 22 hours. Well, I did that for a while and then I gave it up. And now this year I decided again, I will do it. And I can report so far that every single day this year, I ate only for 2 hours and I plan to remain that. Now, if there might be some small exceptions, but not 2 in a row, only maybe 1 exception if there is something really, really important. But so you can evaluate where you are in terms of health and fitness and set your goals for this year. The same with the family. Do you spend quality time together, where you are and where you want to be? The same in personal growth. Now, this area, it is very important for me. And I did set a certain amount of minutes that I want to spend every day in personal growth and the disciplines to do those things. Fun and recreation, friends and social life, finances, spiritual life. It is important for us to think that life, it's more than just here and now, and to be able to spend time, maybe pray, maybe read the Bible, or what you consider to be spiritual for your life. And of course, it is important to think about your business and career, to evaluate them. So where do you want to be at the end of 2024? I challenge you to take 2 or 3 hours. It's now, especially beginning of the year, and it's a good time to evaluate where you want to be. And of course, to write down what it will take to be at 10 in each of those areas. Now, maybe if you have a challenge with the productivity, and I would like to recommend a classical book, Getting Things Done by David Allen. Brilliant, brilliant book. And he presents a system that got really, really popular in even a lot of softwares, a lot of apps about productivity and to-dos. They used his philosophy, and some of them have even GTD, Getting Things Done, in their title. Now, David Allen, he says that we should, beside each goal, set the next action. So if it is maybe, find out the prices for a gym if you need a gym, or establish the next action is every day at 7 o'clock in the morning for 15 minutes, I'll do some aerobics or whatever. So at Multipliers Club, we have 4 different pillars. I mentioned a little bit before: X Factor, X Growth, X Community, and X Impact. X Factor is your superpower for exponential results. Maybe you're saying, I don't feel that I have any special gifts or talents. I don't have a brilliant product. I don't have the required skills to make money online. I'm afraid to lose money. I don't have a money-making website. I don't have an idea that makes me money that I need. I don't have enough money. Now, these are real limitations, but we can help you thrive really beyond these limitations. We'll help you to discover your genius. Will help you discover your best self, to define your core values and culture, to discover your true unlimited potential. I do believe we were created with unlimited potential. We will help to discover how your X factor contributes to your financial freedom. Now, I would like to challenge you to get ready to discover your X factor and really thrive beyond limits. The second pillar is X growth. It's your super capacity for exponential results. If you are not improving, you are falling behind. So maybe you are saying, well, I'm not self-disciplined. I have gone through some difficult season. I have tried different things and failed. There is too much competition in what I do. I'm not good at tech. I do not have any good opportunities. It is too complicated. I'm too old or I'm too young. It is too late. Well, yes, these can be limitations, but I do believe we can help you to go beyond these limitations and really thrive beyond limits. The next pillar in our club is X growth. We will help you define your vision, your goals, and the wheel of life. We will help you to apply the 1% daily growth rule. I do recommend this amazing, amazing book, Atomic Habits by James Clear. We will help you to develop habits and routines to become a multiplier. The quality of your habits, it is the quality of your life. It's really a good technique, the habit stacking. After I do A, I will do B. And these routines are important. I know I have about 8 or 9 things in my routine every day. Well, I wake up, I go to the bathroom, and after I go to the bathroom, I go and I take my medicine. So after I do A, I will do B. After I take my medicine, I drink water. After I drink water, I make my coffee. After I make my coffee, and so forth. Then at one point, I have a quiet time, meditation, I write in my journal, and then I look at the goals for the day. So habit stacking, it is a really, really good way to make progress. It's a really good way to be productive and not to miss something every day. But you can create, of course, an evening routine. You can create routine in the business and so forth. Failure is only failure when you don't learn from it. So that's why I journal every evening. I look every evening if I grew that day at least 1%. Yes, so it is important to learn from our mistakes. Yes, we will make mistakes for sure, but it is important to learn from them. So in our X growth module, we will learn the best tools, strategies, and tactics to grow daily. And for example, here is a pretty good app, Tick, that helps you create consistency in your habits. And another good tool is Todoist. And you can research them, even see reviews on YouTube, even compare the two. So in our X growth module, we will help you to understand how your X growth contributes to your financial freedom. So my challenge is get ready to experience X growth and thrive beyond limits. Next pillar is X community. It's your super wisdom for exponential results. The community is formed of different circles. So they are in the middle, it's you. Then your family, you have an inner circle, and you have a community. Maybe you say, well, I don't have a lot of friends. Well, I can tell you, I don't have a lot of friends either, but I have some that are really, really good ones. Maybe you're saying, I do not have the right kind of friends. Well, that is a problem. And we need to change that, of course, if we don't have the right kind of friends. Maybe you're saying it's difficult for me to build new relationships. I'm not good at networking. And I can say about that myself. I'm not good at networking. If I am in a room, I prefer to spend most of the time just with one person. If I don't know them, if I get to talk with somebody, I prefer to stay in one place. So I'm not really good at networking. I need to be very, very intentional to network. Maybe you're saying I need a new circle of friends. And yes, we can help you to thrive beyond these limits. It's interesting, another verse in the Bible, it says, how could one person chase 1,000 of them and 2 people put 10,000 to flight? Isn't this an interesting concept? If you are 2, 10 times the results. Well, I want that kind of friends in my inner circle who will help me to do 10 times better. So in your X community, we want to help you to grow your own multiplier club. Yes, you heard it right. You can have your own multiplier club. Somebody was saying, if you are the smartest person in your circle, it's time to change your circle. And I find that this is very true. I want people in my circle that are smarter than me. I want people that I can learn from. And in different areas, somebody may be smarter in finances, somebody may be smarter in the area of health, somebody may be smarter than me, better than me in the area of spirituality, and so forth. So I do want a club, I do want a circle of people who are smarter than me in my club. So we will show you how to grow your inner circles, not only with multipliers, but imagine to grow your circle with the multipliers of multipliers. That means leaders who are multiplying themselves in other multipliers. We will help you go beyond transactional relationships. We all have people in our lives who call us only when they need something. So it's all transactional. Well, it is time for a change. It is time to have people in our lives who are true friends. It is important to attract people who are hungry, humble, and smart. Well, it's maybe strange, hungry, humble, and smart. Hungry meaning they want more, not hungry for food, hungry for a better life, hungry for something amazing. So this concept is written by Patrick Lencioni and the Ideal Team Player. I really encourage you to read this book, and you can apply it both in the personal life and in the business. If you hire people who are hungry, humble, and smart is ideal. So we will help you to know how your X community contributes to your financial freedom. Now, the wisest person that ever lived, Solomon, he said, 2 people are better off than one, for they can help each other succeed. If one person falls, the other can reach out and help. But someone who falls alone is in real trouble. So we do want to grow our X community. Proximity is power. This is a quote by Tony Robbins. I really, really like it. So it is important to have in our proximity people who are powerful, more powerful than us, who will help us grow. So I would challenge you, get ready to belong to an X community and thrive beyond limits. Now, the last pillar that I will speak today is the X impact, your super motivation for exponential results. The secret to living is giving. So maybe you're saying, well, I am stuck and I don't know what to do. I have not been growing as I should have. I have experienced a lot of stress. I have experienced betrayal. And I can tell you firsthand that I've experienced betrayal myself. And it is really, really painful. And it takes a while to heal and to get over it. Maybe you're saying, I don't have the experience, what it takes. I don't know how to run ads and scale a business. I don't know how to drive traffic. Maybe I don't have access to good copywriting. And yes, there are many, many other reasons. I remember recently actually speaking with my wife, and she was sharing that she was doing a course where she was challenged to put 100 limitations that come to mind. And it is an interesting exercise because it is possible to thrive beyond these limitations, and we will help you to know how. Now, in our last pillar, we will look at Simon Sinek book, Start with Why. And Simon Sinek, he says, happiness comes from what we do, but fulfillment comes from why we do it. And yes, we need to find our why. It is really, really important. So when we look at your impact, it's first of all in you. The first investment, and probably the most profitable investment, it is in you. Then in your family and in your world. We will help you to define your massive transformative purpose. And I learned this again from Peter Diamandis. He's one of the founders of Singularity University. And it is important for us to really, especially as entrepreneurs, to discover our massive transformative purpose and thrive beyond limits. When we discover our massive transformative purpose, the whole business takes a whole different level. And the big companies that have impact in the world are those that have behind a really big purpose. But also we will look to how to have a 90-day year, and we will look at how exponential organizations grow. Now, the exponential organizations, they have staff on demand, they have community and crowds, they have algorithms and AI, they use leveraged assets. And we will look at all this deeper in our community. We will help you to know how your impact contributes to your financial freedom. Now, again, my challenge is get ready to grow your impact and thrive beyond limits. It is important for us to have the right culture. Culture is defined by the values that are actually lived in the real life. We might have some core values on a website, maybe on the wall, but the culture is not those values that are on the wall, but it's actually what we live. So there are 4 different things that I want us to look at culture, and for us as Multipliers Club to develop as culture every day. First one is revelation knowledge. We need to not only to have information, we need to be transformed and to know how we can use those aha moments of our life. It is important for us to take massive strategic action. Things are not happening if we remain even with revelation knowledge. If we have revelation knowledge, but we don't take massive action, nothing will happen, right? So it is important to take massive action. It is important to have an empowering community. It is important to build real friendship, to help each other. Really empowering community, go beyond transactional relationships to empowering. And yes, we want to thrive beyond limits. Challenges and opportunities for growth and obstacles are just stepping stones for our success. So we go in our culture from revelation knowledge to action to empowering, and so we will thrive beyond limits. Yes, we first invest in ourselves, then in our inner circles and in our community. Best investment, it is in you. You need to grow so that you can change your life, your family life, and your world. The multipliers formula, it's really simple. When you have your X factor, you multiply it with growth, you multiply it with community, it will result in a huge, huge impact. Recently, I read Grant Cardone's book, The 10X Rule, and I really, really loved it. I have to admit, it's a bit crazy, but crazy good. He says you should set targets for yourselves that are 10 times greater than what you believe you can achieve. And this is crazy advice, but good crazy advice. Most of the advice is be realistic, look at only what you can achieve. No, he says, put objectives that are 10 times greater. Well, how will it be to love my wife 10 times more than I love her now? I'm sure she would love it. Look at how much money are we making now, and how will it be to make 10 times more money? Well, it's crazy, it's impossible. Well, it might not be possible. You know why? Because the other part of the reality is what Grant shares is you should take actions that are 10 times greater than what you believe it is necessary to achieve your goals. So yes, 10 times greater goals, but 10 times more action, 10 times more action. And if you would write down, well, this is what I normally think I should do, but then write down how will it look if it's 10 times greater, you might see that your mind expands, your universe expands, and there is a good chance that you can thrive beyond limits. Now, I went to ChatGPT, right? And said, give me a short paragraph, one paragraph on Grant Cardone's book. And this is what ChatGPT said. The 10x rule, popularized by Grant Cardone in his book of the same name, advocates for setting goals and taking actions that are 10 times greater than what one initially believes is necessary. Cardone argues that aiming for massive action and commitment is the key to extraordinary success, as it pushes individuals beyond their comfort zones and ensures that they don't underestimate the effort required to achieve their objectives. By adopting the 10x mindset, Cardone encourages people to amplify their goals, work ethic, and persistence, emphasizing the idea that massive effort is essential to stand out and thrive in any endeavor. Well, I really encourage you to get this book and read it. Not only to read it, but make practical applications. Look for the aha, for the eureka moments, for the revelation knowledge in this book. Really apply it. It will change your life, I promise. It will change your life. If you think 10 times bigger, but are open to put 10 times more effort, amazing things will happen. And I do hope you will take action today. Now, as I said before, I want us to make 2024 the best year of our lives. Now, look at this image. How to thrive beyond limits. What do you see? It would be interesting if somebody would comment below what they see in this image. Some bunch of arrows, some going in one direction, but all of them going in a different direction. Well, we are creating a movement. We are just a few green ones, but I believe we will take the world by storm. A new way to grow wealth. It's not only a new way, but I believe we are creating a new category. We are focused on exponential results. I am right now reading this book, Play Bigger. And the subtitle is interesting: How Pirates, Dreamers, and Innovators Create and Dominate Markets. Yes, I do believe we can grow and dominate a market. And again, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it, and he who doesn't pays it. Another great book in the area of investments is Ray Dalio's book, Principles. If you have time only for one book for investments, I would highly recommend his book. It is not an easy read, but it's a great book. He says diversifying well is the most important thing you need to do in order to invest well. And I mentioned to you that we are in the final stages of developing an investment platform, and one of the core objectives for us is diversification and risk management. I like this quote by Benjamin Franklin. He says, money makes money, and the money that money makes more money. Interesting, isn't it? You want to get there where money are working for you and your money make more money. So I shared with you that there are 4 core principles, but it's also just 4 steps to really thrive beyond limits. First, I would ask you to consider to become a club member in Multiplier. Second step is to grow your own club. Third is to grow your community. And then on the 4th step, you become financially free. Now, let's look at some numbers. If you would have a 10-year investment plan, and let's say that you could invest $50 a month for the next 10 years, that's 120 months. So that will be $6,000. Maybe you don't have that money right now. Maybe you have a lot more. Even if you don't have, I will show you a way where you can have a lot more than 50 a month. But let's say that for this example, you have 50 a month. Now, those 6,000, not more, just those $6,000, 50 a month, if they would be invested with 5% on monthly basis, with compounding those funds every 30 days, that 6,000 would transform in 364,000. Amazing. I think Einstein was right. The compounding interest, it is the eighth wonder of the world. Can you imagine 6,000 transforms in 364,000 just because it's compounded with 5% every month? Now, in our investment platform, I believe that we will have a really good chance. I mean, it's not a guarantee, but it's a good chance that we will do a lot more than 5 a month. But here is the interesting thing. If you have your own club, and if you have only 10 people who are doing the same thing, investing $50 a month for 10 years, your money will be 2.2 million. Now, if you would have 140 a month, total will be 16,800. And that 16,800 with 5% compounding a month, it will be over $1 million. And if that will be done with 10 of your friends in the Multiplier Club, you will have more than 6.3 million. If you would invest 200 a month, it will be a total of 24,000. Well, that 24,000 transforms it 1.4 million. And if you do that, and they do also the same amount, 200 a month for 10 years, that will transform in 9.1 million. We want to empower people to have their own club and experience exponential growth. We really want to help you thrive beyond limits. Are you ready to discover and benefit from your X factor? Are you ready to see how you can benefit from X growth? Are you interested to have a brilliant X community? Are you interested to have a massive X impact? Are you interested to become financially free? Well, I'm passionate about helping people become financially free. That's why I created Multiplier Club. That's why I created the investment platform. So again, 4 easy steps. You become a club member, you grow your own club, and we will show you how you grow your community and you become financially free. So here we go. Can I share this with you? If you go to multipliersclub.club/go, you can see our limited offer. Our pro membership for 1 year is $299, but for a limited time, it is $149. So only $149. And I strongly, strongly believe that you can become financially free, depending on exactly what you will do afterwards, of course. But I strongly believe you can become financially free in a few years, even with this membership. We have a second offer, Multipliers Club Elite. And this membership, it is normally $2,000. And in the next months, I believe it will go to $5,000. For now, though, we do want to offer a 50% discount, which is only now $999 per year. Now, what will you get with the pro membership? We will help you to discover your genius and unlimited potential. We will give you tools, strategies, and tactics to grow daily. We will help you grow your own multiplier club. We will help you to know how to grow your impact at the local and global level. We'll help you to develop habits and routines that for a multiplier. We'll help you define your true wealth goals in the main areas of your life. and will help you go from knowledge to revelation knowledge and epiphanies. Now, I have something really amazing to share for the elite group. Here we are making something amazing because you will get everything in the pro membership, but we are inventing something that you cannot believe it. You can top up your growth. We are making an automatic process, so you don't have to learn Facebook ads. You don't need to learn how to drive traffic. You don't have to have your own product. All what you can do is top up some funds into our system, and we will put members under you. We will actually put paying members under you. And of course, we'll help you grow your business exponentially starting from zero. We'll help you to define your true core values and culture. We'll give you tools that contribute to significant results. We'll teach you how to apply 1% growth in your business. We'll help you with advanced tools to grow your inner circle with multipliers of multipliers. And we'll help you how to have a 90-day year focus on exponential results. But here is the amazing thing. This elite club is for those who want to do it full time. I believe a lot of them will become millionaires. And here is why. There are these 4 easy steps that I mentioned, but the main reason is because we give to all members 66% in affiliate commissions. And what that means is that for each member that you invite that pays us $149, you get $100 back. For each member that you invite that pays $999, you get $660. Now, imagine that you are inviting every month 2 people. Well, you make $200 a month. So for the pro members, it is possible by only inviting 2 people into the club monthly to have those 200 that take you to financial freedom. But imagine elite members that you put some funds out of this that you make. You don't have to start with a lot of capital. Yes, it's very little. You start making money. And the elite, you make maybe 200 or maybe 660, and you put that back into our automated system, and our automated system will put under you people who are paying that commission. Why we do this, why we don't keep all those money for ourselves, is because we want to grow exponentially, and we can do it together. It will be a lot easier if we do it together. So here is our email, multipliers@multipliers.club. If you have any questions, please email us. And we did receive a few questions, and I would like to answer some of these questions that we received. First one, what is Multipliers Club? How can it help me increase my wealth? Well, Multiplier Club, it is a membership club where we help our members not only with tools for their personal growth, but tools to increase their finances. So we do have 66% affiliate commission. So it's not a multi-level strategy. It is just on one level. But we give you 66% back. So you inviting just several people, you will be able to make money on consistent basis. Now, maybe you're saying, well, it's not easy to invite, it's not easy to network. Well, we will help you. We'll give you tools and strategies. For the elite members, you just take some of the money that you make, you put them back into the system to grow the system. The money that you put back is to bring more users. So it's just basically customer acquisition cost to bring more users, but you will be paid 66% from all those that we put under you. How many clubs do you plan to have? Second question. Well, I believe that in the world, there are 2 to 3% of those who are our avatar, who fit our club. But our goal for now is to reach 1%. So think about Philippines. 1% of all your population, I believe it should be in our clubs. So just imagine making $100 for the 1% in your country. What is the difference between Multiplier Pro and Multiplier Elite membership? There's a huge difference. So Multiplier Pro is the $150 or $149 membership per year. And with this membership is for those who they have their own jobs, they do want to grow, they do want to see in time, in a few years, financial freedom. And they can put maybe an hour, 2 hours a week so that they can bring 1 or 2 members. It's not mandatory. You can come and don't bring anybody, but I encourage you to have your own club, to have at least 10 members in your club. Membership Pro is for those who I said they have limited time and maybe limited resources now. But Membership Elite, Multiplier Elite, is for those who want to do it full time. And this will be on a fast track to financial freedom, I believe. And as I said, they have the opportunity to top up their growth. It's not mandatory, but we will also ask the Membership Elite, we will ask them to, in their country, to bring in the ecosystem influencers or affiliates or joint venture partners. And with those, of course, they will make a commission or percentage of those membership fees also. And I do believe they are on a fast track for financial freedom. Can I cancel my membership at any time? And is there a refund policy? Yes. You can try for 30 days. And if you are not pleased, no question asked, you will have your money back after 30 days. And in time, yes, you can cancel your membership anytime. What kind of resources and content can I expect as a member? We will share with you for those who are becoming members today, in the next 72 hours approximately, the website and the app where our membership is, where our community lives. And there will be video content there, and time to time we will have Zoom meetings or live meetings. And we are very, very, very committed to help you really thrive beyond limits. Is Multipliers Club suitable for beginners with limited financial knowledge? Yes, definitely. It does not matter how much you know about investments. What we are building, it's something very, very user-friendly, very safe, and yes, you don't have to know a lot. But in the same time, if you are experienced, I'm sure you will enjoy the tools that we provide. How often are new resources and content added to the platform? We will add on regular basis content to the platform. Now, it is our policy not to dump a lot of content because there is so much content on the internet. Our methodology is to give you not a lot of content, but very, very practical content that you can apply. And we want to show you how we apply it, how our members apply it, and how you can apply it. The focus is, as I said before, to move from knowledge to revelation knowledge and then to action. That is our entire focus. So you will not be overwhelmed with content, but you'll get very practical content that will help you grow. Do I need prior experience in business or in marketing? No, you don't. If you do have prior experience, it will help. If you have a marketing company, it will be amazing for your company to become members at the elite level. It will really help your company grow because, as I said, to the elite members, we'll give also the AI tools that we are using, and we'll show you the results that we have. And you can grow the Multipliers Club in Philippines also. Do I need to know to run ads? No, you don't need to run any ads. We will run the ads for you. That is the amazing thing. And as I said, you can top up your growth. Such a service, I believe, from my knowledge, does not exist anywhere in the world. So you will be able to put this on autopilot and to see growth. I believe good chances for exponential growth. Do I need to know how to bring traffic? Well, it will help. If you want to create your website, we will give you the assets, the affiliate assets. If you want to create your website, if you know how to run ads, if you know how to add traffic and you can do it by yourself, that's fantastic. We applaud that. But you are not required. We will put this on automatic pilot for you, and it will be very transparent, and you will see how this will grow for you. And this can be your business. You don't need another business. You don't need a product. This is it. It's your own Multipliers Club. But imagine getting then a percentage when you don't have only 10 members, but maybe you have 100, 1,000, 10,000, 50,000 in your own club, especially for the elite members. Do I need to have connections with a lot of people, with a lot of networks? It's not required. It will help if you do. And there are techniques where if you put like 10 minutes a day, you can grow your own Facebook, your LinkedIn, and then you can have access to more and more and more people with just 10 minutes a day. It's not difficult, and we will show you how you can do it. So it's not required to have now, and it will not be mandatory. I mean, we don't mandate this, but we will show you how you can grow your community. What if I fail? Well, I believe that if you do some things on consistent basis, it is very, very, very low chances to fail. We are recommending people to be very cautious, not to risk the money they don't have, for example. And I do believe that if you take small actions and the right actions in the beginning. Do you remember the domino video? It was amazing. A small piece knocked out the huge piece. So you can start small and then you can upgrade. By the way, if you want in time to start small, because maybe you don't have money or you want to test this out, you can start small and then upgrade. Do I have to have my own product or business idea? I already mentioned that you don't. Multiplier Club can be your product, and you can invite people and benefit, as I said, $100 or $660 from each person that you invite. How much time do I need to allocate? Well, as I just mentioned, if you allocate 10 minutes a day or maybe an hour or so a week as a pro member, in time, you will see growth if you are consistent with this. But if you allocate more, you will see more growth. And as I said, the elite is for those who want to do it full time because they will see huge growth. So this is what I wanted to share with you. Again, if you want to go to multipliersclub.go/go, you can purchase there. And again, to become financially free, I believe these 4 easy steps, right? Become a club member, grow your own club, grow your community, and become financially free. You don't have to have your own product. Multipliers Club is the product, but it's not only a product. It's more than a product. It's a community that will help you grow, and it will help you become financially free. So as I said, we have the 66% commissions for all the members, for both pro and elite members. And I really hope that a lot of you from Philippines will become members. And I do want to come back this year to Philippines and meet many of you. Thank you so much. Again, if you have any questions, please email us at multipliers@multipliers.club. Thank you and have a great day.